doing? It is day 3. Are you excited? Are you jazzed? Do you feel the energy already? I hope so. I think you're doing really great and I'm super proud of you. Okay, so day 3, we're talking about what makes you sparkle. And if sparkles doesn't sit well with you, fine. What makes you you? What makes you the youest you that nobody else is? Maybe it's something weird. Maybe it's something you think, well, nobody really cares that that's what makes me me. We do, I promise you. So your homework, I hope you have your little journal with you. Your homework today is we're going to be talking about what makes you you and why does it matter. So what makes you you and why does that even matter? Because you're the one putting out the content, you're the one running this business, so obviously there's a lot of you in what you're making, right? So why would you try to use talents that other people have that maybe aren't your wheelhouse? Why would you try to focus on things that aren't you? Let's focus on things that you're great at and use those to really boost you up. So my example here is that I love creating content. It's my thing. I do videos and photography for other people. I like writing. I like all of these things. It's something I absolutely love to do. So in my business, if I'm going to outsource something, it's not going to be that. It's going to be like, I don't know, bookkeeping or like cleaning or something that I absolutely friggin' hate. So I'm going to focus on what makes me me. I'm also pretty mouthy, right? I like to say what's what. And so I'm going to use those things and I'm going to leverage them as an asset instead of thinking that they're a problem. Because I promise you that your ideal client is going to look at you and what makes you you and think, damn, that's awesome. Because that's what makes them your ideal client. Because they're into you, right? I know it can feel very scary, especially if you have run a business before that didn't necessarily work, or if you have been in a job that failed. I used to be in the culinary industry. Still love food, but I had some really, really hard and horrible, to be honest, business ventures that took a lot out of me. And I realized it's because that wasn't where I was supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to be in the background working 14-hour shifts, wearing myself to the bone for no recognition. It didn't sit well with me. I never felt appreciated. I never felt like I was doing what I was called to do. Now, I'm working one-on-one with people. I'm feeding off their energy. They're feeding off of mine. We're creating things together and it's really visible. And that is way, way more aligned with me. And it took me a really long time to figure this out because I thought it was conceited or, really lame to like want to be, in the spotlight or to be somebody that shows other people how to do things. I used to think that was like only for really lame people or people who were smarter than me. And I realized that's not actually true. It's one of my amazing gifts. It's why you guys signed up for this course. It's why my content does really well. And now that I'm leaning into that and being like, no, this thing that I thought was a bad trait is actually one of my biggest assets. So I know we've been talking about you so much. Let's talk about me. I want to talk about me. Yeah, you know what? You're gonna like it. You don't have to like it, that's fine. But we're gonna talk about what actually makes you stand out. So get your journals again, and I want you to write down things that you're good at. So how do you know if you're good at and it's a good thing for you? Does it make you happy when you do it? Right? Does it actually teaching your classes or doing your work or taking your photos or selling your items or making your items, right? Think about it. Actually do the thing and then feel in your body, okay, when I'm making this, do I feel good? Or when I'm doing this, do I feel good? Does this light me up? Does this feel less like work and more like excitement? Those are the things that are really, really you. And that's what makes you an expert in your field. And that's where we're going with today, is what makes you an expert? What are you really good at? And how are you going to give that gift to your ideal customer? So I know it seems hard, especially if you're feeling, still kind of shaking your self-confidence, it might feel hard to push yourself out there as an expert. But I promise you, it's what's going to take people from thinking you're inspiring to actually buying from you. And it's super important. So today's assignment is, once you've figured out the things you're actually good at, you're going to pick one of those things, because maybe some of them still feel raw. Like for me, it took me a long time to realize that being at the forefront was not bad. It was actually good. So pick something that feels right now. And you're going to make a piece of content today, and you're going to make sure that you talk about what makes you an expert in that. Okay? So don't worry, you're not being boastful. I want you to use the word expert at least once. And you're going to talk about yourself and how you are going to help your people with your expertise. So if yesterday you did a reel, today you're doing a post or a video. If yesterday you did a stagnant post of a picture, you're doing a reel or something else today. As always, I'm going to put examples in the email so you can get inspired. It's going to be okay. You're doing really, really good. I encourage you very much to sink into this. It might feel awkward, but I promise you it's going to help you go from here to here, from inspiring to selling. Okay? You can do this. As always, make sure you tag me at West Rose Media, and make sure you use our hashtag SparkTheCreative. I can't wait to see what you come up with, and I will see you tomorrow.